Hello again. Welcome back. This is your ticket to trade in your cold calling, spamming, and sleazy sales tactics so that you can become that next level and that CEO that you've been dreaming of. Okay, so welcome you guys. I'm your host, Amanda Kajik, the CEO of Amanda Kajik Coaching, best-selling author, mom of two, and just super pumped to be here with you guys today because we are going to help you build, grow, and scale to overcome those self-doubts and to become those really looked upon marketers in your space. Okay, you guys, so you are here because tonight is our rapid fire Q&A session. So I'm super excited to have you all here. Hey Danielle, hey Marilette, hey Wendy, hey Rita, Megan, hello. So you guys, also I have some announcements for you today. Okay, wow, it's Saturday. Okay, so we've already went through the pillars. You guys have shown up, you've done your homework, and it is outstanding. Okay, you guys are blowing me away with what you're showing up and providing. I've taken a look at your covers, your profiles, like you're actually showing up and you stay committed from day one. That doesn't happen too often. How many of you have taken part in a boot camp before where you like literally zone out and you don't actually take action and do the thing? Okay, because you have this entire time. It is Saturday already. I actually literally cannot believe it. It feels like we should only be going into day 3 to me, but it's Saturday. Okay, so we are on bonus sessions. Okay, from now, tomorrow, Monday, and Tuesday, I'm going to be teaching you on and training on things that you've asked for. Okay, things that are still on your mind. Okay, and today is just one of my favorite days because I get to answer your questions. Okay, so I have a list of questions here, but again, if something pops into your mind, go ahead and pop it into this chat because I can either turn it into a training for the next couple days, or if we have time today, then I can answer it at the same time. Okay, so I love seeing good morning when it's like good night here. It just reminds me of the friendships all around the world and how many of you amazing women there are. Okay, so hey Mary Jo, hey Debbie, let me click on this so I can see. Hey Mandy. Okay guys, so let's get going here. Just a reminder, you can find everything in Unit 5. I think you ladies have probably heard me say that so many times that you're just like, yeah, I know, right? So just a reminder though, and tomorrow again, we're going to be hearing from another amazing leader of a completely different network marketing company. And she's going to be sharing her story with you. So I'm super excited for that and a bonus training, okay? And I have a major announcement, a major giveaway. I guess I'll give you a little bit of like a more of a sneak peek behind the scenes. It's going to be a pretty major giveaway. Okay, so for those of you who are showing up and who are doing your homework and who are taking action, I do have a major giveaway. Okay, and I will announce that on probably Monday. I want to see how the rest of this plays out, how the rest of you guys are going, but tonight we have our gift card draw as well. Okay, so stick around for that, because I'll announce that at the end of this Q&A. Don't let me forget, okay? Don't let me forget. I did write it down somewhere. I already did the draw. Oh, yeah, there's her name. I'm so excited to tell you. But I'm gonna make you wait. Okay, so let's get going. Oh, I'm seeing questions coming in already, you guys. I'm seeing the questions coming. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, so, oh, that's awesome. I love hearing that. Thank you, Marilette. Just clarify for me, Megan, while I'm answering the rest of this question. When you're asking what should you have in your bio, you're meaning on your personal profile, correct? Now, so clarify that for me, and I'm going to answer your other question. So, how should you present your Facebook group? Oh, I'm back. Okay, let me see if this is going to work, you guys. I'm going to have to put you back up here so I can, sorry, my Wi-Fi just kicked me out. So let me know if you can, you guys, I need you to let me know if you can hear me and see me. I lost connection. Give me a thumbs up. Can you hear me and see me? I had a major pause there. Okay, I see people laughing. That's probably Angelo. And I'm not going to give you the finger here, but I want to. Yes, I'm back. Okay, so perfect. Hopefully I don't lose you guys again. No, it was on my end. I bet you $1 million my husband is watching Netflix or something upstairs because he's home and not working tonight. So, and then I also have my computer on to pull up the questions. So it's too much, streaming too much, I guess, for my Wi-Fi. Okay, so you asked about the your personal profile. So what? I just got to find it again. There you go. So how should you present your Facebook group? I'm not sure exactly what you mean by how should you present it. Like how should you invite people to it? And what should your profile cover look like? So your profile cover in your group should be, remember that this is not about you. It's about the value and the results that you're bringing others. Okay, so you would want the name of your group on there, and you could just have a picture that kind of goes with the theme that you're creating. It could just be colors, it could just be words. Inside of it, you could have where you can find things. You could have times, like I go live every single Tuesday night usually inside of my group. It's like my live show. You could have that listed on your cover, okay? And it's okay to have a picture of yourself. That's fine, because people are going to be able to connect that dot. It's still a private group, right? But people can still connect the dots from your personal profile to there. They're going to see you, so they'd recognize it. So if you had, it would be recommended if you did put a picture there to make sure it matches your profile photo. So for mine, you'll see that there's that flow so that there's no disconnect. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. And then if you were going to introduce people to your group, you would want to be doing that by, so in a way of like presenting it, you would want to do that by providing value first, right? So after this, you can go and watch on my personal profile probably any of the live videos that I do, which are on every Tuesday. You will see I'll give some training, give some value, and then my call to action is to usually come to the group. So that's how you would present it. You would show up, give value around tips or tricks or a recipe or something of value that would be of interest to your audience, and then you would invite them to your group. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Let me see if I can scroll up. Every time I touch this, it moves. As for what to have in your bio, that is like your one-liner, Megan, right? We did the one-liner, the authentic brand message, right? It's your, you would want to, you only have like 101 characters, I think. So you need to be clever, but it's all about the results that you get people. Don't even worry about, hi, my name is. It's always the I help and the benefits, right? How you help people, okay? So let me see if I'm missing any questions. Hey, Kelly. Hey, Tracy. Oh, hi, Tracy. Katrina, I have my Facebook group. I have my Facebook group as one for all three of my businesses, as it is my support and love group. Yeah, and that's exactly what I would recommend. That's what I would recommend. As long as your avatar is clear and you are speaking directly to that avatar, that niche, and your three different businesses have the same niche, then you can bring them over to that group, because you will be, and it has to fall under the same umbrella of topics that you would be providing for that niche market. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Because if you have like, I don't know, like a dog grooming company, and then you have like a health and wellness, and you have you know, something else, and you're talking about topics that aren't going to be related to other people in the other businesses, that's not going to work. But if your whole group is about support and love, right, then yes, you can bring them over, because that's something that would work. But again, you're providing value. It's for your niche has to be the same. It has to be that same woman, right? If I believe that yours is women, it has to be, it can't vary. Otherwise, you're going to go too wide and thin, and you're not going to be able to go deep, and you won't monetize your group. And the whole thing that I'm trying to teach you to do here is to be able to monetize your group, right? You may have groups, and you may have been doing that with what you've been doing before, but are you monetizing, right? This isn't just a sales group, so don't get that confused when I ask you if you're monetizing. It's where you show up with value, and then people come and ask you for what you have, okay? And you're doing it on your personal profile and pulling them in, okay? So let me know, you guys, if that is answering your questions, okay? I can hear you good. I can hear you. Boy, I was gone it felt like a long time. I was really panicking. Angelo was probably laughing because he can probably imagine how I was panicking. For those of you who are just kind of getting to know me, like I was really super, like almost freaking out over here. I was like, great, what am I gonna do now? Am I gonna have to restart this? If I restart it, is everyone gonna be there? Okay, I hate technology. Trying to find the rest of your questions. Okay, so yep, how should you go about letting people know about it? Yeah, so I answered that, Megan, with showing up with value, and that's your call to action, right? You can be like, hey, I have this wicked girl gang that I just started where we, you know, talk more in depth about this. If you want to invite, drop a happy face below, right? Simple as that. And then you reach out to them and send them a message and have a conversation, and then invite them to your group, right? About whatever the topic was you're about. That's how you build those connections. It's not just about getting them in your group, remember? So Carly is saying, yes, it's only 101 characters for your bio. If you have a business page, Marilette's asking, if you have a business page and the Facebook group, how would you integrate them to get the best activity on the group over and above my personal page? There is no, if I'm understanding this question right, there is no over and above the business page, okay? The only better engagement that you're going to get on your is on your group, okay? Your personal profile is where you need to start, and that's where you need to lead people over to your group. You get zero engagement on your pages, you guys. Those of you who have a business page, you can post till you're blue in the face. You could have, like, look at how many followers and how many likes you have. You could have thousands, and you post something and you'll maybe not even get like people paying attention, okay? You are not using your business page. Your business page is there for use if you're gonna run ads. And I can tell you something right now, this is a little tip. Those of you who have maxed out your friends list because your uplines have told you to do that, and then you're just getting them to all like your business page, that's not gonna be helpful for when you wanna go and run ads, okay? That's not gonna be helpful because those aren't your ideal avatars. Those aren't your ideal buyers, right? You've just maxed out your friend list with people who you're hoping will eventually buy from you, and then you're going to invite them to your business page just because you want to have extra people over there, right? Are you seeing what I'm saying? It's missing the point. The whole point of having your business on Facebook is to have quality leads and quality engagement. So you could have, you know, 1,000 friends, and they could be actively engaged all the time, showing up, and those are the people you're inviting to your group. You do not want a maxed out friends list of people who are not quality, okay? And then when they're coming over to your business page and say you run an ad, when you go to run an ad, your target audience is also based off of those people who are in your friends list there too. So don't worry about a business page. You do not need a business page, okay? For what I'm teaching. For what I'm teaching is all organic, and you can be easily having those, 5-figure months and beyond organically, okay? Okay, that's what we're here to simplify, okay? So how would you integrate them best would be if you want to put a post over there and then call people over to your personal page from your business page, you could do that, right? If you do a live video and then show up live is always favored. Your stories are always favored. So that's what I would do. Groups are favored, right? So you want to stick to the things that are favored, okay? So if you show up and you did a live on your business page, if you wanted to, then I would take it over to call to action to your personal page. Watch my live weekly show Tuesdays at 9 p.m. for more information on this, right? Or you could put up, like I do, quick tips. You could put that in the stories on your business page with the call to action to your personal page. That's what I would recommend doing, because you're going to have way more views and eyes on your personal page set to public, okay? And your follow button turned on, okay? And that's where you always want to be, driving people back to your group. Remember, that's what we were talking about in the pillars, driving people back to your group so you can nurture them, okay? So that is what I would recommend for you, Merlette. That's a really good question, though. It's a really, really good question. Okay, so let me scroll up. Perfect, I answered your question. Let me see if I'm missing any. So it was you laughing at me, Angelo. Okay. Okay, so well, Lisa, for something like that, when it's completely different than what your other network marketing company is, you just want to make sure that it's still the same niche, right? You would likely still be speaking to the same women, right? Yours are, I believe, 50 plus, right? And when you go live, when you do the things you're doing, dress up, look super cute, which you always do, but wear one of those shirts. Wear one of those shirts. Someone's gonna be like, oh my gosh, that shirt's so cute. You can be like, oh, like, do a shout out, right? Like, I actually, you could just say, reach out to me. I can give you some information about it or whatever, right? That's how you incorporate it. You just wear it and you show up and give value with your regular content, and people are going to just ask about that kind of stuff. Clothes are kind of easy because, women comment on that stuff all the time. Could you introduce it by going live? Your group, is that what you're talking about, Carly? I would definitely recommend, if you can go live to introduce anything, I would do it that way. But remember, there's a certain way to do that. Yes, authentically and genuine is always over and above, but when it's business related, you kind of want to like get to the point, ask a question, right? All the things that we teach inside of the academy, we just did that whole module. Carly, I can re-tag you on that as well, and we can have a chat as well if you need to, okay? But definitely I would introduce by going live. Yeah, exactly, Angela. You're awesome. You ladies are even giving advice, okay? So how do I engage people to my group? So Pat, are you asking how to get people to come to your group, or are you asking how to keep people engaged in your group? Okay, so to get people to your group, I'm going to do a training on what value is, because I always just say value and I think that it gets confusing. So you want to show up on your page and to not talk about your excitement about your products or your excitement about your company, or your excitement about the jojoba berries of the Swiss Alps, right? Growing in the goat's poop for at just the right temperature, right? Because nobody cares about that. Nobody cares about that. And I would challenge you all to take a look at your business posts. When you post a picture that's anything related to business or asking somebody to do something for you, what happens? Crickets, zero engagement. When you post something that is about just a picture of your family or a picture of you in the garden or whatever, what do you get? A lot of engagement, right? So you have to remember they relate to that, right? They relate to that. They're showing up because they like you. They're not showing up to buy something, okay? But if they like you and they find it interesting and valuable what you're showing up and teaching, then they are going to want what you have, right? It has to be what's in it for them, okay? So showing up with value around your products and services is how you get them to move from your personal page over to your group, okay? I love you guys giving tips. So Belissa, hi, I haven't seen you for a little bit. Okay, so Belissa is saying, I noticed Facebook may be deleting my stories, which people see more often than my personal page posts. I've never heard of this before, but Facebook is doing a lot of updates. Did it happen already? Like they switched over to like the new version from beta, or I don't even know like the terms, but they switched over, or they are switching over. So we're not even gonna have a choice pretty soon, right? We all just have to start using the new version. So maybe your story might have somehow got deleted. There has been little glitches and stuff. Even going live with StreamYard, there's like notices there that Facebook is having issues with the connection between those two platforms. So there are things. So, but Belissa, also, I'm not sure if you know this, but stories always do disappear after 12 hours, I think. So, yes, people see your stories more often. That's why you want to kind of keep your stories going. You always want to have something in your stories. It's favored. And, they're seeing that more often than your personal page post just because it's a moving feed. So you're always at the top, and if you're giving love on other people's posts and stuff, then people will always see you regardless. Even your personal posts, if you're engaging on their stuff, they usually will engage back on yours. So hopefully that will help you with that. But you can also go in your archive, in settings under stories archive, your posts, if you have that turned on, your story posts will all be there, so you should be able to see. Or it could be something on your end that's going on too. So that's the first I've ever heard of that, but hopefully that helps you a little bit. This is a scary one of mine. Oh, I have to try and see what you're saying here. If someone presents you with a question and you don't know how to answer it on a live, what would be your response? I would be honest. If it's about your products or about something you don't 100% know yet, you know you have the answer, I would just say, that's a really good question, Megan. I'm gonna have to get back to you on that because I would like to give you the correct information, and it's not coming to my mind at the moment. Just something as simple as that, okay? Being honest is always better. And then it also gives you an opportunity to reach out to them, and you can say, I'll reach out to you after this with the answer, and then you get to have a conversation with them privately, right? So it's kind of like a win-win. Belissa, we are told to be careful with what we post about business on our personal page. Are you told that from your company, or are you referring in general? Because yes, you should be careful about what you post about business on your personal page, because your personal page is not intended for sales, okay? So Facebook, that's why Facebook can shut down accounts and has shut down accounts, right? That's why I tell you and talk about having an email list, because if you're showing up and doing salesy, spammy posts, then you are actually at risk of being shut down. Not only that, you're at risk of no one wanting to be your friend because people are tired of it. It just doesn't work anymore. It just doesn't work anymore. Those kinds of posts were still getting some traction when I first got started in 2015 with my network marketing company. You could still get away with that, but even then it was on the decline. And now Facebook has figured that out. The algorithm has figured it out. There are certain words that you shouldn't even use. Before, you would just write them and Facebook would flag you and not give you as many views. Now, if you say them, it even recognizes it and you don't get as many views. Okay, so yeah, you should be careful with what you post about your business. That's why I teach attraction marketing. That's why I teach showing up authentically and being yourself and having your call to action to your group. And in your group, you can speak a little more freely, right? And that's why I talk about teaching the benefits. What are the results and the benefits? Okay. Let me see here. Katrina is saying, replying. Yes, awesome. Great advice. Marilette, thank you. Okay, good. Good. I'm glad that I'm answering questions. Where do you turn on the follow button? Angela, I have a little video training on that. You just are in your settings. Right inside of the Facebook settings, and it's inside your privacy settings, and you can turn on the follow button. You definitely want your follow button on, okay? And isn't it so frustrating? It's part of what I teach in the academy too, but it's super frustrating when other people don't have their follow button on and you're trying to get to know them better. Okay, so if you need that, Angela, I do have like a little video demo, but you can go inside after this, just go in your settings and go in privacy settings and check that out. Okay, there's a lot of things that you ladies probably have turned on that should be turned off, and things that are turned off that should be turned on. Okay. Katrina's saying has happened in Australia already, like the switch to the new platform. It was happening for me too, yeah. Like I got the warnings. Because I use all the features myself all the time, I get the new features quicker too. So it's kind of like a blessing. So that's something for you ladies to consider. If you're using live, you're going to be able to do interviews with people live with that feature. If you're using stories, you get that feature first, right? When stories first came out, a lot of people didn't even have it yet. Okay. I just heard one thing Facebook is doing. If you show your link to your business in the post, they will not show it to people. Is that true? Yes, it is. Okay, let me just, let me see. This is a long one. Sorry, I'm just trying to read it. So if you link in your post, they will not show it to people. Is that true? I know we're not supposed to show our link, that we're supposed to create curiosity, but I'm wondering how does this work in groups like sales groups that I'm in? Will the same thing happen there? Because I'm usually put up a live and then below the live first comment, I will put my link. Facebook will not show my post to them. Okay, so that's a really good question. There are ways around it. I'm sure Facebook is already working on this as well. When you post your link in the first description area of your post, like if you say share this or like come see my video, my YouTube video, and you share your YouTube video link, if you post links to other platforms, you're definitely getting like way less views. Like say you're somebody who already gets like 100 engagements or comments on your post, you're probably still going to get some, but you're definitely getting flagged and getting way less views than you normally would, okay? Because that's salesy, that's taking people, and that's taking people off of your platform. Facebook doesn't want people to go off their platform. They want people to come to their platform. If you're sharing your Facebook group link, that's fine. If you're sharing those, like anything to do with Facebook in your links, like on your comments and posts, that's fine. There was a time where you could put it in your first, like, in the comments underneath your video. But Facebook, again, is constantly seeing this and getting used to it. They figure these things out because they see everyone else doing it, and so they are catching on to that too. So if you can, it's always best to ask people to send you a message for it. It's always better. And even you want to avoid saying the word link or using that word. That's why people use the emoji for it when you see that, okay? Another thing is, inside your group, you're okay. Inside your group, you're okay because they don't want you doing that type of thing on your personal profile, but inside your group, you're okay if you were to post something like that. But again, you know, I would still err on the side of caution and just bring people into a conversation so that you can then give them the link, because you also don't want to just give people things without having a conversation, okay? The whole point of, you don't want to just give it to them and be like, okay, here you go, because then when are you going to hear from them, right? I did a whole training on this, okay? There's a reason. There's a reason. You need to have conversations with people, right? You're trying to run a business here and have sales. Yes, stories are vital. Yes, Debbie, I PM people who want a link to my business. Yes. Even in Messenger, Carly, you want to be careful sending your links. You can still, but if you're doing like big things like events like this, like what I have with hundreds of people, if I was to send a whole bunch of links, I can get flagged. So that, because it looks like out of the norm if it's not something you've normally done. But if it's like in conversations with people throughout the day kind of thing, spread out, then that's more normal. But if it was a whole bunch, all of a sudden, like in a week's period, they'd be like, what's going on, right? Yes, Facebook wants to keep Facebook users on Facebook. Okay. Okay, so I'm at the bottom here. So in relationship to that question, but in like direct sales groups that I am, like a vendor events, how does it work there? Can I drop my link there? Okay, so that's another good question, Angela. Okay, so there are different types of groups. There are groups that are like spam groups, and there are groups that are like this group, okay? These types of groups, you'll notice you'll have to go through a series of questions to get accepted, okay? The spam groups are like Working Moms from Home. What are the names of other ones? There's like a whole bunch, right? They're in all different countries. They're always the same name kind of, but they're in different countries, and they're for you to kind of go through. And in those, you'll just see like post after post after post of like, buy my shit, buy my shit, buy my shit. Those are spam groups, okay? In those groups, yes, you can post your links, you can post those kinds of things, but you're probably just getting ignored like everyone else there. Everyone who's there is there just to drop their links. They're not really looking for what you have. The difference of showing up the way I'm trying to express to you over these last few days and providing value would be if you went into a group like that and someone posted something and you asked them a question about. It's funny because it's like that herd mentality. If someone sees someone getting engagement, then all of them kind of jump over there and they're like, ooh, what's happening over here? How did she do that? How did she get a response on hers, right? Like Angela's saying, don't waste your time because you're just going back to those bad habits that we're trying to break you from, okay? I want you to be able to show up and provide value if you're doing that on your personal page and then just bringing them into your group. You will not need to even waste your time in those places, okay? It's not oh yeah, I'm at the bottom. Okay, so I'm scared to open my computer and read these questions, but I'm gonna try, and hopefully I don't lose you guys, okay? Let's see what happens. Okay, first question was from Danielle. And it said, if I already have a Facebook group where I advertise my products, my specials, must I make a new group or just update the old one and implement everything new into the old group? Okay, that's a really good question, Danielle. Okay, what I would recommend depends how many people you have in that group. It really depends, because I'm just picturing this group of like, kind of like how there's those teen groups. I'm just kind of picturing that group filled with like all these different products and all these different things, and like it's saying, you know, spring promo, fall promo, Father's Day promo, buy this, flash sale. That's what I'm picturing. And for that, I would say I would start over, especially if there's only like, you know, 15 people or something in there. If there's like a few hundred people and it's your own personal group, then I would rename it, and I would make a welcome video, and I would just start updating, and I would go back and kind of clean out a little bit if you can, and start going in there with value, and do like what you see here in this group, where you can like create your units and organize things and make people feel special, and that you know, this is a place where they can get answers to their problems. So I hope that answers your question. Mark asked, where should my brand messaging be placed? I've shortened my message, but it still doesn't fit in my bio. Okay, so this is where you just have to get a little bit clever. You'll see on mine, I switch it up every now and again, and that's just to like kind of keep the intrigue and the interest there. But you can do super simple. Right now I just have like check marks that are, you know, like paint the picture with like an emoji. Use those kinds of things to shorten it up. Take a look through other people's and see what they do, right? So your brand messaging is how you would be showing up and speaking. How can you shorten it even more to just get those bullet points that your viewer would need? That's what you need to do, okay? Because there is only 101 characters there, Mark, so you are right. And that's where it should go. Your brand messaging is gonna go in your bio, okay? You also can, in your cover photo, have in your description area, you could also have it there, but you need to have a bio that it all needs to fit. It all needs to connect the dots. Remember, we talked about that, okay? Because your first place people go is your cover photo, your profile, your bio, straight to your content, right? If they feel you're worthy, they go straight to your content, okay? Christina, oh, there's another question from Mark. In network marketing, you are selling a business and products. Most people focus on the products. I prefer to focus on the business and want to narrow down how to say, technology. I want to narrow down how to say, where did that go? What I do, but still make sure people know. Oh my gosh. Angelo, this worksheet is too long on my computer. I can't get it to go where I need it to go, and it's Angelo's fault, you guys. I apologize. Okay, so I'm going to try and read this. In network marketing, when you're selling business and products, most people focus on the products, but you, Mark, are saying that you prefer to focus on the business and you want to narrow down how to say what you do but still make people know. Okay, so yeah, you dribble that in, right? It's the same as anything. You have to show up and create curiosity. You want to think like how a movie trailer, you guys have heard me say this before, think of when you see a preview of a movie, right? They show you just the things that they know are going to grab your attention and that are going to be interesting to you. And that's what you want to think of when you're showing up, talking about and posting about your products or your business. So if you're focused more on the business opportunity side of it, then create value that's drawing in people who need that extra income, who want that extra support, who want to maybe fire their boss, who want to be at home with their kids, right? Just talk to those people, and if you keep doing that, they're going to ask you about what you have, and that's when you then would have the conversation about the products, right? You don't have to be posting things about your products in order to still get that across, because you're going to be targeting people who are looking for an opportunity, and they're going to in turn ask you, right? And if you're sharing also the information about what your products can do, right? Not saying these are what my products can do if you join my opportunity. You would share if it's health and wellness, or if it's mindset or something, you would share like tips on mindset and tips on how to stay healthy, how to lose 5 pounds, workouts for triceps, workouts for biceps, good money marketing skills, right? Those types of things that fall under the umbrella of what you're going for. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. How do you balance content between what you do on your personal page to attract your niche versus what you do for your group members? I imagine you need to show up very consistently with both. Where did that go? So, why does it keep disappearing? Oh, this is a question from Christina. So, how do you balance the content between your personal page to attract your niche versus what you put in your group? So, the easiest way to do it is you give value of more of the about, right? What it's about kind of on your personal profile, and then in your group, they get more in depth, right? You have to just give more a little bit surface level on your personal profile, but still enough that it catches their attention and it's valuable. But in your group, you get to go more in depth into it, right? So for this bootcamp, on my personal profile, I would talk about how you could attract more leads and generate more sales, how you can grow and scale and hit new ranks, right? How can you get to 5 figures quicker, right? It's just kind of telling you about it. And then in here, over the past 5 days, I've shown you and told you exactly how to do that and given you the blueprint. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. And on my personal profile, I just do like a weekly live show. I do post. You will have to build up to this, you guys, because I have been doing this consistently. But I would recommend posting at least 1 time a day and having at least a 1 time a week live show. Okay, whatever you want to call it, but at least 1 time a week. Okay, and then I just try to really promote that weekly live show. So I'm always kind of like boosting it and juicing it. That's a really good question though, Christina. We have a few more questions here, you guys. Okay, we have a few more questions and then we're gonna hop off. It's already almost an hour. So let me know, you guys, that you're alive. Let me know that you're alive and awake and I'm answering your questions. You're getting value from this, okay? Because there would be nothing worse than to be sitting here answering your questions and you guys just having a snooze fest on the other end. Okay, so let me know. Show me some fire. Let me see where we're at, if there's any more questions coming in here. Can you put the brand message in text on your cover photo if I'm using a photo editor, or would it not have the same effect as being in the bio? Yeah, you can. You can add some of it. I wouldn't put all of it because people aren't going to read all of that, but you definitely can. And that's a smart idea. And you can point them to your group from there. There's a lot of this. There's so many places where you can use in your personal profile to point people over. Too many to get into in this right now. But yes, you can do that, but you still need to have your bio. There's that place in your bio for a reason. So you still definitely want to have your something there, okay? Okay, I think I'm caught up on the questions there again. Awesome, I'm glad you guys are getting value. Okay, so what's the next question? Melissa asked, how do you do units in the groups with a live, or do you do a recording? No, I always go live. You could put a recording in there though. So when you create your group, you want to create a social group. What's it called? Not social selling. Social, oh, I'm blanking on the word right now, but you want it to be social, you guys. Who knows what it's called? Do you remember, Angelo? It's social something. I'm blanking. Because I have selling on my mind. because we're all talking about all of our sales here and our sales strategies and how do we, it's called social something. You want it to be that social group, okay? And then when you choose that, you then get to have units, okay? So it's part of your settings in your group, and you definitely want to make sure it's set to social, whatever the next word is. So, and then yes, you have the option to create a unit at the top, and you can organize them in there. It's the best thing ever. You also have files and all that stuff too, right? And topics, there's so many different areas and the events, right? But having the units makes it super easy, and you can make them optional or social learning. Yes, social learning. Thank you, Angelo. So you want it set to social learning. It's a private group set to social learning, and it's visible. You have to make sure it's set to visible, okay? So, and yes, you'd want to do it live. You could do recordings as well, but you can file them over there neatly underneath the topics and organized however you want so that it's easy for your audience to see them. That's a good question. Okay. What time do you go live on your 12-month program? Oh, Angela, on Wednesdays is when I'm currently going live in the program. Usually it's in the evening as well, around 9 p.m. I always save everything, and all of my members always have access to me 24/7 though. So I'm doing a lot of voice memos, a lot of texts, email, FaceTimes, whatever works, okay? So, and I think we'll probably be adding in another one, but right now that's what it's at. Natalie asked this, will someone take a look at my profile and give me some feedback? Yes, I did, Natalie. I took a look at your profile and I did give you some feedback. Good job with your cover photo, by the way. I didn't notice your group. On your profile though, Natalie. So, that was something. I noticed your business page, but like I've said, we don't need those, okay? Luzanne asked, I'm really battling choosing a niche because you have a wide range of products and almost all the products for myself, and you use all of them. Okay, this is such a good question. And the biggest struggle that so many of us have when we are network marketing, and then all of a sudden you start looking outside the box and you're being told to focus in on like a certain person or on certain things, because it's like, well, what I have, everyone can use. Like everybody has skin, right? Everybody has health issues. My products can help for everything, okay? So this is the thing. It's true, okay? I'm an esthetician for the past 20 years. So I am in 100% agreement that everyone has skin and most everyone needs to use products, but not everybody wants what you have. Not everybody does take care of their skin, okay? So whether you like your products or not, and you use them or not, isn't what this is about. It's about what are the results? What are the benefits? What is the transformation that it can bring to your audience, okay? That's why it's important to know who would you ideally would love to join your team? Who would you ideally would love to be buying your products so they're not a pain in the ass messaging you constantly, wanting to like put their place their order on hold or whatever, right? Who would you ideally want? You probably want someone like you, right? You want someone who is serious and who loves everything and wants to use everything. So why are you wasting your time talking to all those other people who don't want that? You need to talk to you. You need to talk to the person who wants everything, okay? So who is that person? Is she a mom who's at home, who has loads of laundry, who has family members who have health issues, who has, you know, maybe of a travel company and she's, you know, needs to travel because she has an odd numbered family. So finding rooms and accommodations is a little harder, right? So think about who that person is, and that's who you need to talk to, okay? So Where am I seeing? I want to come back to this. So hopefully that will help you, Luzanne, to get a little bit more. And another tip I can give you is you have a wide range of products, but let's say you want to focus on those best selling or the ones that are like best results. Okay, so coming from a skincare background, best results are usually that are transformation quickly. So like acne, or maybe like if you have something that can create that smoothness on the skin right away, those kinds of things are going to take traction really fast, right? If you have a weight loss product that helps people feel energized and lose weight within like a few days or like inches, like a detox or something, those things take traction right away. And then also you want to take into consideration the cost. Do you want to be selling like 20 million tubes of toothpaste or 20 million like scrubs? Like literally, I might be over exaggerating, but it would take a lot for you to be able to quit your job and to hit ranks by only selling those things, right? You want to pick something that is a flagship product and that is going to bring in more income, right? So that again is where you can choose to focus on the opportunity, because those bigger packages, right? There's usually different packages to choose from, or a flagship product, right? Don't get stuck in that scarcity mindset thinking that people don't have the money and they can't afford it, because now you have your niche figured out. Now you know that they want it and that they will spend money on the things that they want and need to get them delivered to their door, rather than going out to all the different places to have to get all the different things, right? So hopefully that makes sense. If you believe in it, you believe in your products, you're showing up creating value around that, people are going to buy it and it doesn't matter what it costs, okay? So hopefully that answers your questions. That's all the questions I have here on my screen. So I'm going to close this so I don't risk losing you guys again. And I'm going to come back up here, answer any other questions if I see any other. Okay, so Angela, so when you're in a group, is there any chance that you should make it public to bring people in at first? Or do you always recommend that you make it private? Yeah, you want to make it private. This is another good question, Angela. You want to make it private. The reason is you want to qualify people as they're coming in, because again, you want to weed out those tire kickers as quickly as you can, okay? You do not want tire kickers. You have dealt with them enough right now that is why you're here. You want to be hitting those ranks, adding those new teammates, getting those new customers as quickly as possibly. And you don't want to have to follow up 17 times, right? So bringing them from your personal profile into a social learning group with a welcome video, with entry questions, and sending them a message after, right, is going to just help your process flow so much smoother. That's why what I gave you guys in this boot camp, in these 4 pillars over the past 5 days so far, 6 counting today, right, together, everything you need is here. If you just follow it and treat this like the recipe, okay? So that's a really good question, okay? But again, if you need that full book, if you're somebody who needs the full thing, not just the recipe, you need the support, you want the full cookbook, then you probably want to have a conversation with me, because the Academy is probably right up your alley, okay? So also, you guys, we have the draw. So these were amazing questions, you guys. I see Angelo has booked in or has put the call schedule thing in there. If anyone needs to get on a chat with me, you can do that, or send me a message. If you don't see a time there, just send me a message and we can choose a time that works for you, okay? So I'm going to do the draw here right away for the gift card winner. The Amazon gift card winner is, drum roll please, winner is, and this person invited a whole bunch of people to the group, and I added in those of you who are showing up and also doing the homework. But this person was really sharing, has been showing up and really doing everything. So, which all of you have. You guys have all been amazing. But she just ended up inviting so many people. And so she stood out. And Marilette Walden, you have won the Amazon gift card. So congratulations, you guys. Congratulations. So reach out to me and we're going to get your information so that I can get that sent over to you. Okay. And just a reminder, tomorrow, you guys, we're going to have another interview with the amazing Naima. And she is in the top 3% of her company, you guys. She came on through a boot camp as well, and she has just been crushing it. Okay, so another success story out of our academy. And of course, I have a bonus training for you. Okay, really special bonus training on a topic you definitely don't want to miss. So that's coming up tomorrow, and then Monday and Tuesday as well. Okay, Monday and Tuesday you don't want to miss. Yes, we finished the boot camp. Yes, we finished going over the pillars. I'm still here to answer your questions. Okay, I will answer questions again. So if there's more questions coming through, make sure you're tagging me, you guys, because I do want you to have clarity. So I will answer questions again on Tuesday, probably as well, along with our bonus training. Okay, and I have a huge announcement that I'll likely be doing Monday, maybe Monday night after our training. I'm super excited about that. Okay, so you definitely want to stick around for those things. And again, you guys, if you've been considering if this can work for you, if you're tired of struggling, if you want to quit your flippin' job, if you want to be home with your kids, if you just want to like quit so you can travel and do those things that are meaningful to you, right? Because we all have a different story. We all have those different wants and needs, but you're probably struggling, right? You're probably been struggling and you're just tired. And right now the things that are going through your head is like, I don't trust myself to buy into something like this because, you know, of what have I done before, right? I've purchased these things before and they didn't work for me. I purchased these things before and they were a flop. So how the hell do I trust myself now, right, with something like this and for 12 months when I've done this before and it didn't work for me? Okay, so I know that you have all these questions and you have these worries and concerns, so you can just jump on a call with me, no pressure, and get the answers that you want. Okay, things that you didn't ask here that are really weighing on your mind, I'm open. Just send me a message and we'll pick a time and we'll see if we're a good fit for each other. Okay, so it was so awesome connecting with you guys tonight. Make sure you go check out Carly's interview and Mary Jo's from yesterday as well. And hopefully you got all your all your questions answered. And again, if you have any more, drop them in the comments. I'll make sure that I cover them over the next few days in our bonus trainings, okay? And these are in-depth trainings, you guys. So make sure you don't miss them, okay? And congratulations to you, Marilette Walden. Take care, you guys.